the soul of the Cayman Islands.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
Oh, I think they're doing a great job. A lot of them are.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. How are you?
Not too bad, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today with Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Well, I really enjoy this program today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
May God bless every person.
Hey, good afternoon. It's Friday. No, the smile isn't because it's Friday. It's partly because it's Friday. But that's only because of the excitement that after Friday, we get to start it all over again come Monday. But especially today on a Friday, we have the wonderful company of an extraordinary guest. Donned in uniform. We're going to tell you all about her when we return. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email talktoday@candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255. Courtesy of Flow,
Cayman's #1 network that connects you to your world like never before.
Let your voice be heard. Once again, here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome. And if she would allow me, I look in our society and there's so many incredible examples, not just from yesteryear. I think, and I've said this, and maybe I need to properly script it. Right? We have a statue in town, amongst many, that stands out, that should not, because it epitomizes the resolve, the resilience, the valiant efforts of our women. But it talks about a society and it's evident what we are. And that resolve and resilience that we saw after Ivan, the tenacity that is in our people, it's just something that's been inculcated. So, Ms. Leanne, through you and your presence, and thank you for putting on a uniform, not just our women, our young women and our grandmothers, but our men, look to each other and draw inspiration. Many a young boy has been inspired by his father as well as his mother, his aunt as well as his grandmother and uncle and grandfather. And we can look to great examples globally in history and now, but are we looking next door? Are we looking, in the same family tree, in our same classroom, on the same football team, in the same, sort of organization that we are a part of, and see the inspiration? So thank you for being here, because through you, I'm inspired. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. Well, thank you for having me. And it's always an honor and a privilege to be here and have a chat with you. And, we were talking a little bit about, parents and family and supporters, etc. And one thing, every time I speak to any group of young people or whoever, I always highlight my village. It takes a village to raise a child, and I certainly have an excellent one. My mom is sitting not too far from me, so
we should bring her in sometime.
Yeah.
She's like,
Trust me, you probably wouldn't get her to stop talking,
Wow.
in terms of the praises that she sings to me. Every parent, I guess, once their child is doing something positive, they're definitely very supportive, etc. But I have to highlight that my mom in particular is stellar. There's people who have children, and then there's mothers and fathers who are genuinely there for their children. And I have to say, I've been gifted and blessed to have parents like I do. Like, it doesn't matter what I do, they're always there in my corner to support me.
Mm-hmm. That is something that I think we don't understand. We hear it, but we don't see it. And I say that, and through you, I'm going to ask a couple of things, including, help us to appreciate the different hats you wear. But we come to that. But just on that last point, we know studies have shown that parents who are involved in the lives of their children, the children do better, make better decisions, or at least delay some bad decisions, right? And I'm mindful that we adopt much terminology to our detriment because we repeat it without fully appreciating what it is, right? And, this helicopter parent thing. I consciously had a discussion with a couple of people, and I say, well, that's separate and distinct from having a very involved parent who says, I'm going to get you to the space on time, I'm going to help you to be responsible, help you to be held accountable, help you to achieve this. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Yeah.
And if you are playing with friends, they'll sit somewhere here till you're done, read the book and take you and your friends home. Make sure that you're okay. It's hot outside, you got hydration. Then there's this absentee parent, or I'm not even sure that'll be the right word to ascribe to that person. Sperm donor maybe, right? But, no care, no concern. And, and we get in there. And as I said earlier, I was going to ask you as you talking about which of the many hats. So I thank Ms. Susan to say, hey, quick, we did reference that. And given that you excel in all your roles and all the things, and showing that people can do many things and do them well at the same time. Wear one of the most respected uniforms globally. I mean, it's just what it is. So, describe you to our audience. And pretend you're in the military, name, rank, and so.
Okay.
Start with the uniform. First off.
So I'm Leonie Tibbetts. I'm a first officer on the Twin Otter for Cayman Airways. I am also a sub-lieutenant with the Cayman Islands Cadet Corps, which essentially means I'm a commissioned officer with the Cayman Islands Cadet Corps, and I am also Miss World Cayman Islands 2022-2023. And I've held several roles before that, but this is where I'm at right now. And the only reason why I'm able to do so much is because of the level of support I have.
That village.
That village.
Yeah. To our listeners, it's probably evident, I guess in producing shows, a lot goes on behind the scenes so that it seems to flow seamlessly publicly, right? We had a quick discussion and we said, hey, what are the rules? But we want to emphasize that because many people, it's not about multitasking. It's about excelling in where you are and understanding that they all play a competing role, but they're also complementary. Just for our listeners, I'm sure, they won't mind. You said to me, I can be here till 1 because I got to get back to work and I'm hopping a flight shortly. The Twin Otter, I love flying on the Twin Otter. Yes. I wish I was coming with you. And to be given that level of responsibility, but to also then serve in the cadets. But I don't want to say in a beauty pageant because that has this a negative connotation to some people.
Yeah.
But to also, wear that hat, if I may put it that way.
Yeah, it is quite a diverse set of hats, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Definitely the being a pilot, being with the Cadet Corps, those are probably by far the easiest for me. However, being in a pageant was a little bit difficult because my background is I've always been very much so into sports, always wore uniforms and boots, and so learning how to walk in heels and wear makeup was quite a challenge for me. But nonetheless I managed to get to where I am today. But how I look at it is not in the sense of a beauty pageant, but a platform to be an advocate for things that truly matter in this community, to be present in my community, stand up for things that matter, as well as contribute wherever I can. At the end of the day, if I have a platform, why not use it in a positive way and be an example to other people that you can do it too. Just because I have a title, I didn't start all of my activities in the community when I won the pageant. This has been going on for years.
Yeah.
You know, before I was ever seen, I was very active in the community.
Yeah.
You know, so just because I have a title doesn't mean that you can do it. You can do it too. Yeah. You don't need a title to be active in your community.
And this is why I'm so grateful that you know, despite all the demands that many of us, but you in particular, you just highlighted 3 incredible commitments, all right, that you have to fulfill on a daily basis with incredible responsibility and expectation. And so taking a few minutes to share with us, I'm hoping that as we go into the weekend and as it's the summer, you know, the children have a few more weeks of school, you know, break left. Let's use that constructively, purposefully. Let's be inspired by each other. And let's recognize, as you shared, the importance of that village.
Yes.
Being with that child.
Yep, because as much as I highlighted my parents, there's also so many other people. Like, I have quite an expansive village. Like, I have mentors, I have siblings, I have cousins, you know, uncles, aunts, all these different people who have poured into me. I have people from the community in all walks of life, from sports, from academic advisors, people in government admin building. It's just such a diverse set of people who will pour into you if you let them.
That's the key, huh? You gotta be willing to not only maybe ask for help sometimes, but accept the help that is offered.
Yep.
And now I'm glad that you shared, you know, that pouring, because some of us, for whatever reason, we refuse to draw alongside. And I'm careful with this because too many times not enough of us are thinking, and so we're quick to engage in a level of vitriol when we do speak, a level of divisiveness in our approach. But in the last few years, we've become disconnected.
Yeah.
We were told, social distancing. And words to me have great import. Scripture says life and death is in the tongue.
Yes.
So I would say, well, wait a minute, let's not say that word. You know, what is a memory that nursery thing that we all foolishly used to say, sticks and stones. You know, I thought, no, man, words will hurt you.
They
words
sure
do
will.
hurt more than a stick and stone. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's be maybe mindful how we disconnect.
Absolutely.
With that in mind, when we come back from the break, let's chat about a couple of things and give us as much as you want to share, so that as we pour into a community, that importance of being an example, sometimes maybe the unreasonable expectations that people may have of us, or how much we are overly critical of ourselves. A couple of things we could talk about.
Yep.
All right, man. I am honored always to have this distinct privilege and pleasure to sit here and facilitate, and with guests like Miss Liana, so even more so, especially on a Friday where we draw close to the end of a month. So join us after the break. Give Miss Susan a call. Ask her if she got my chocolate yet. Reminder. So stay tuned for Talk Today.
How can you make a classic BLT sandwich even better? Well, by adding tuna. The land meets the sea in Subway's new sandwich, the Tuna BLT, available for a limited time. The Tuna BLT is exploding with flavor. Imagine crispy, juicy bacon strips on top of tuna, fresh lettuce, and slices of tomato, topped with your favorite sauce and choice of freshly baked bread. Enjoy the best of both worlds with the Tuna BLT from Subway. Subway, eat fresh.
Hey, is your phone slow, overheating, and dropping important calls? Don't fret. This summer, it's time to flip out with Digicel. Introducing the all-new Samsung Flip 4 with its sleek design and cutting-edge features. You'll flip into the summer in style and confidence. This summer, you can grab the all-new Samsung Flip 4, all just for $145. Flip into the summer with Digicel. Visit a Digicel store near you and grab the all-new Samsung Flip 4 and the amazing 7-day Prime Ultra plan today.
When a storm is approaching, be sure to not only stock up on drinking water, but also non-drinking water. That is, water for cleaning and washing. You can store non-drinking water in clean bathtubs or large, sterile containers. Visit the Water Authority's website, www.waterauthority.ky, or follow us on social media for more hurricane preparedness tips.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Looking to grow your business? We got this. Yellow Media Group has a proven track record for successfully marketing over 10,000 businesses on the web, expanding our customers' reach and providing measurable results. With the Caribbean's largest team of certified digital consultants, we handle everything from website development to search engine marketing and much more. So don't worry, we got this. For a free consultation, contact Lee Hipkins at 936-1981.
The Cayman Islands Passport Office is now operating extended opening hours 3 days a week until the 7th of September. The new hours will provide the public with increased access while ensuring the efficient processing of applications. The Passport Office is open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays and will maintain normal office hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays and Fridays. For more information, please visit www.gov.ky/passport-office.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back, and thanks to Miss Liana Tibbetts for joining us, and thanks for the way you presented yourself in terms of just three of the very critical roles that you're sharing now. And to our listeners, she'll just be with us until 1 o'clock. We won't talk at school, but as she said, she's got to get back to work and hop on the Twin Otter up to the Brack and Little Cayman.
Yep.
No stops in West Bay. That's a bit wrong. She's like, I don't know. Wouldn't that be nice, man? You do a flyover. This guy is kidding.
Oh goodness.
Oh, but as much as jets are nice and private jets are probably okay as well, but man, those small planes, you get on board and you go across, you kind of enjoy it, man. The vista is so much better.
Oh, yeah. The Twin Otter is quite an aircraft, honestly. Yeah. A lot of people who get on there a little bit nervous, and then it's listen, they fly these planes in the neck of the woods in Alaska, landing on grass. Yeah, trust me, you'll be fine.
Yeah. And what's interesting is you're sitting relatively close to the pilot. Mm-hmm. You get to feel the plane.
You can see everything. You see right into the cockpit.
Yeah,
so.
You see right, and then the checks that you go through and stuff, and it could be partly because the people are there and you feel connected. It's probably because you go into the Brack and Little Cayman, so that's even better, right? But you're part of the experience, and you get a sightseeing tour to something that you have to do, and otherwise on a regular plane. That little vista, the little window isn't the same.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the one thing that a lot of people highlight when they fly on the Twin Otter as well, especially, the Caymanian community, they love that they can sit there and watch a young Caymanian flying that plane. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I remember being a little kid and doing the same thing, going right up to the front and sitting and watching everything that they do. And I had no clue at the time,
Yeah.
But I was watching everything they were doing.
Yeah. I remember Hakeem, he's not flying with us now, right? But to see that interest and then that, just like all of you. But that's inspiring, and that's why, for one of the main reasons why I'm so grateful that you've come as much as you were able to share, so that we, especially in the summer, as we're talking to our children as parents, as mentors, or as teachers, when we go back, they will say, hey, this thing could become this thing. You work towards it. When you're 18, you took 18 years to become 18. You didn't born at 18 years old. And then when you're 90 years old, well, that took 90 years to get there. My dad says, and used to bother me at first. He said, "Son, Rome wasn't built in a day." I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But it's the wisdom, right?
Yeah.
With that, though, if I might ask, and please share anything, any words of inspiration, caution as you will. But as people, we seem to be our worst critics. At least that's how it seems. And I wonder about that sometimes. That discourages us. Are we discouraged by we didn't have that level of success that we thought at the time we thought? We scored 2 goals in the game, and man, we won, but I could have scored, a hat trick. Guy, you scored 2 goals, That's more goals in the one game than this guy scored in the last 5 seasons. But yet we're not happy with it. Can we talk to that somewhat?
I've gone through, everyone sees my successes, they see my titles, etc. What they wouldn't have seen is my years of struggles. Yeah. My years of, I've shed many tears, I've had many moments of frustrations, many conversations with God. To some degree, like when you're going through a lot, you'll sit down and blame God to some degree. Like, okay, God, what did I do to you, I've had many of those hard conversations, and truth be told, every single struggle I went through was for a purpose. For instance, when I was with the Coast Guard, I remember before that, I was struggling hard because, I'll be honest with you, I came back from university very entitled. I was like, oh yeah, I got my degree, I'm going to get a job with the airline, and, no. Okay. Nope, didn't happen, didn't go the way how I planned. I had to work internship to internship. And while I was upset about that and frustrated financially, etc., fast forward to my time in the Coast Guard, those internships prepared me for that.
Yeah.
The tools and the networking that I did at those internships propelled me in that job. And then fast forward now as a pilot, those internships, my job at the Coast Guard built up so much in me between my professionalism and my endurance and my mental grit. Like, honestly speaking, you can throw anything at me and I'll be fine. I'll be fine, So everything that you're going through, everything that you have to endure, it's there for a reason.
Yeah, something I heard the late Pastor Al share on a number of occasions, both from the public and just, in passing conversation. You see, there are things that you may not be able to, you may not want to embrace, but be reminded that you can endure. Right? And, that was a long time ago he said that, and I hear it in my head, thankfully.
But with you saying that, I just have to highlight, I have to highlight, I could only endure if I partner with God.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
And that's the key, through Christ. It's not I can do all things. It's I can do all things through Christ. If I were to try to do half of what I've done by myself, I would be crushed by this world.
Was it 2 Corinthians 4:8-9? I like it, perplexed but not struck down but not defeated. We draw on scripture, and I joke and tell you that I'm the biggest sinner in the room. I don't make no apology, no qualms about that. But it's not about being indignant and adamant. It's not about being self-serving and self-centered. It's about trying to be in a right relationship.
Absolutely.
And recognizing that even though we fall and fail, we're sinful.
Yeah.
We have to be prayerful. And we struggle. But we're quick to condemn our own seemingly more than we condemn or at least critique others. They can get a second chance or a 11th chance, but our very own can't even get a first chance.
Yep.
Now, that's my perspective. Am I misguided in that notion from your perspective?
No, I would definitely agree, because to some degree, even for myself, I'm very, very critical of myself, super critical, and I remember sitting down one day talking to my mom about it. It's like, I don't feel like I do it enough. I feel like there's so much wrong in my country and community, and I can do so much to help, and I'm not doing enough. And then the very next day, there's a young woman approaching me and was like, you're such an inspiration to me. And then it occurred to me, sometimes just your life is enough. Just you exist in the way how you authentically should be is enough. And truth be told, it's through support again, through the support and recognizing that I am flawed, and even with other people as well. Like, we're all entitled to make mistakes, right? And I think as Caymanians, we need to support each other a little bit more when it comes to that. We're allowed to make mistakes, but instead of bashing that person repeatedly for the same mistake, try to uplift them, so that they do better the next time, that they don't keep making the same mistakes.
It's good to help others that we don't know, but are we willing to help ourselves? I mean, you remind us earlier in the scripture, Christ himself said, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country. Someone shared with me a number of times long ago, and recently even more so. When somebody is doing wrong, when someone's hurting, when all the bad, they know. I mean, they know. Yeah. But you need to draw alongside and support them anyway, and encourage them. You used 2 words, entitled and internship, just now and when you were speaking, and I was thinking about it following some presentations I had this week and again earlier. And I'm trying to understand it. So maybe through you, I get a better perspective.
Okay.
It is good that we provide opportunities for our people, internships, the summer jobs, and the like. I think it's necessary for us to understand that unless you're drilling a well, very few jobs you start at the top, right?
Yep.
But it seems that in our country, again, just an observation, I want a better understanding and greater edification. It seems that we would extend concessions to everybody. The developer from overseas is now called a foreign investor, but local one is whatever, right? Gets a concession. We have headaches and heartaches, seemingly, through the bureaucracy. The student who's looking, a way into employment, I'm told that this summer is even more frustrated because presumably people can come and get some employment much easier. The returning graduate with an education, whether in law or accounting, can get more. We seem to give the people from other places a better and easier in than our own. I don't know. I don't know how and why and when, and if it is, what to do about it. It just seems weird, huh?
One of the key things that I've noticed is that we don't realize our power and our privilege. So, for instance, I'm a pilot. I have a seat at the table as a pilot, right? I have a privilege that someone on the outside does not have. What I can do from my point of privilege is to advocate for those on the outside so that they can find a way in. And that translated to other jobs is ensuring that you do that wherever you have a seat at the table. If you are a Caymanian sitting in a place of any form of power or prominence, you can be an advocate for other Caymanians. Don't bash your own people. We really, really need to come together a little bit better.
Yeah, man.
As Caymanians to uplift each other.
Well, I think when you tell us not, we will.
Yeah. So you have a seat at the table, even if it doesn't matter if you're the lowest at your job. The fact that you're in that building and you have a voice means that you can speak.
And you should, right?
And you should. Right. If you don't, you're just as bad as the person who's oppressing.
All right, we're going to take a break, then a callers, and as we go into the break, this person, I'll read it and then we can talk about it. Congrats and blessings to you both. Could you say where is the voice of our young adults who are experiencing similar life and civic challenges? We'll talk about it during the break. We'll take some calls. We've got 15 minutes, man, so make it count. This is priceless to be in our company, so stay tuned.
They say variety is the spice of life. And that's why at Subway, we're introducing the new Boneless Hot Sub. Say what? The premium sub brings new ingredients like spicy breaded boneless chicken, French's crispy fried onions, and buffalo wing sauce, bringing a zesty and flavorful experience with every bite. Add some of your favorite veggies, cheese, and ranch sauce of your choice of freshly baked bread for the ultimate boneless hot sub. For a little spice in your life, try the new boneless hot sub from Subway.
So good and tasty.
And make it a meal with a drink and chips or cookies. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline. Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe perfect con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
It's a 24-karat summer with Digicel. In honor of our first truly COVID-free summer, Digicel is giving away $24,000. Be one of 10 to win $2,400 this July. For a chance to win, all you have to do is switch to Digicel, activate a Prime bundle, or simply pay your bill on time. It's that easy. It takes 2 minutes to get $2,400 richer. Make the choice to win today and visit a Digicel store near you.
Looking to grow your business? We got this. Yellow Media Group has a proven track record for successfully marketing over 10,000 businesses on the web, expanding our customers' reach and providing measurable results. With the Caribbean's largest team of certified digital consultants, we handle everything from website development to search engine marketing and much more. So don't worry, we got this. For a free consultation, contact Lee Hipkins at 936-1981.
Radio Cayman News.
Another interest rate hike.
Off-Reg sets out new outage reporting rules.
Government is currently reviewing its national energy policy.
Introduction, new direct airline service between the Cayman Islands and Barbados.
The route must make sense for the Cayman Islands and Cayman Airways.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon, and I'm very, very grateful to Miss Liana Tibbetts for taking some time. And even though you're wearing multiple roles, simultaneously, speaking to you, I'm hoping that we'll be encouraged, all of us, as parents, and take pride in our children, as your contemporaries, to borrow a page from you and similarly be encouraged to and inspired to excel, male or female. A couple of things I want to maybe ask of you, given a few minutes left, but let's take this call.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for sharing. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Is that me?
It is. Thank you so much for calling.
Hi. Good afternoon to you both.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hi. I just wanted to speak to what this young lady was speaking about and just, just encourage her to continue to be such a light.
Yes.
I was just driving and heard her speak, and it resonated with me because I myself have been going through some very trying times right now. I've practically gone through trying times my entire life, and I forget that, like she said, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.
Mm-hmm.
There's being strong, and then there's being strong with God,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also being strong with having that support system.
Mm-hmm.
And just advocating for everything that you advocate for, and for being who you are. Again, touching on the point that you just need, where just being authentically you can be an inspiration to people and can help someone. And I'm telling you right now, just hearing you say those words helps me. So I just wanted to call in and say that I've been going through a very difficult time, and I really needed to hear all of what you had to say today. And I pray God continues to bless you and, along your journey, throughout your whole entire life. And with everything you do, I pray that He is with you and continue to bless you. And thank you again for the reminder that He is with all of us. All we need to do is just ask.
Amen.
Wow.
Thank you. And I'll you go ahead and respond first.
No, I mean, thank you so much. All I can really do is share my story, my relationship with God, etc. So that definitely means the world, and I definitely hope that you continue to persevere. Once you seek God, you can definitely you can achieve anything. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Seeking you shall
You're
find.
absolutely welcome, and I thank you too. I really do, because again, like I said, I really needed to hear those words today of all days. I'm a parent as well, and for what I've been through, oftentimes, even though I'm very supportive of my boys, they're young boys, and I try my best to be as much as I can for them, because I promise, I went through a lot to have them, and I promised myself that I'd never fail them. But, there are times when I feel like this is the end for me, and I disconnect from them, and I realize how it affects them. And so, again, your words just, bringing me back to the point where I know that I have this source, this good source that I can tap into, and I forget.
Absolutely.
And I lean on myself, and then I have to, at some point, just let it go and let it, just let it go. And let God do what he has to do.
Give it back to God.
And then it works out, right? And it works out. And then I look back at it, and again, I take away, like you were saying, you take away from the experiences and the lessons, and you try to use those experiences and learn from those experiences to grow and be stronger, and to connect with the people that are always there and that support you through everything. And you get to appreciate even more those people as well, and can give more of yourself too, because it humbles you, so again,
that's so
I
true.
just wanted to just to share how much I appreciate the fact that people like you are out there and are willing to just give of yourself. So you continue to do that, and God bless you.
Amen. And thank you too for calling and sharing that, because that may her words would also, not me, will also encourage others.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe in coincidences. Not because you get older, that you always seem to understand everything, but I believe you can if you're purposeful.
Yeah.
And her sharing that, you're here for a reason. A few minutes, and it positively impacts someone. It's humbling.
Definitely, it sure is. Because I didn't expect that.
Exactly. But if I may, encourage others to be the examples that we are, and to be more willing and forthright, like you are. And accepting, as you said, the platform, right? Your position.
Yep.
It's not to be braggadocious and bunctious when you're going in boisterous when you go into the place, but to appreciate, you're there, and you can either reach down and offer help up, or you can put the boot and keep that person down.
Yeah.
And too much that's happening.
Yeah, and you have to recognize wherever you are sitting, chances are someone wants to be sitting there too.
Yeah. And
they don't have that opportunity.
That's right. I know you're in a plane, I like boats, but rising tide floats all ships, right? And this is what we need to do. And as that caller was sharing that, I didn't appreciate it. I shared this a couple times recently because it was so impactful. I've always, call a friend and say, hey, what's going on? I was thinking about you. I believe you think about somebody you pray from. Miss Linda McField used to say to me, she grew up near the airport. Every day she see the plane, she would remember the place for the plane. She don't know the plane. There's a plane flying over. She prayed for the plane to get safely.
Wow.
I started to do that. And I try to do that every plane.
Wow.
And with all the planes that coming in now, I'm like praying all the time. I'm like, that's a lot of plane. But it may be someone on the plane that but it doesn't have to be.
No,
right?
yeah.
And saying that, they reach out to people. It was only when I was on the receiving end. It was earlier on a weekend. I hadn't spoken to a friend for a beat. Unexpected, unsolicited. 90 seconds, if that was that long. In between, appointments, just wanted to check on you. How you doing? You everything good? The sincerity, the genuineness of a call like that. We catch up later, but I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Wow. Now, was I struggling and battling the night before in the week? Yeah. But nobody knew that. Right?
Yep.
just like what you're sharing now. So thank you for being that positive, nurturing, and encouraging example.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. And yeah, there's a lot of bad. I mean, we got the falsies in the gates of the world that destroy anything, but you know, we got the Leonis who are inspiring.
Thank you.
And then we got me who tries to make a joke. What do you want to share with us? I mean,
well, the same way how, or I want to say that, you know, like, I'm grateful that I can be an inspiration for others, but I have to highlight that others, a lot of others have been an inspiration for me. And the same way how you speak about, you know, being on the receiving end of a phone call, or I've been on the receiving end of so many messages, calls, etc. And it's always when I'm at my lowest and I'm just like, I can't keep doing this. I'm burning out. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. Today alone, you know, like, I'm on the better end of like a few struggles, but, you know, nonetheless, like, I get a message today and the person is, you know, they express they're praying for me and they say everything I need to hear. And when I tell you I am blessed, I'm not hesitating at all. I am so blessed. I don't know why, but I am grateful for every single thing that I have. And these people who unsolicited, you know, they just send me a message or call. I really appreciate it. It helps me to keep going. And if you, the same way how you, like, you'll think about someone and you reach out, don't hesitate on that.
No.
Don't hesitate on that. If there's anybody who's been on your mind, check in with these people.
Miss Linda reminded me of that. Many of them, she did. She take one, pray for me, she say. Reach out to them. I don't care for these little leashes that we all have. I got 2 right in front of me. Sometimes I wish I didn't have either one, but I'm glad that I do. But that can be, as Marco Archer reminded us in early days when they first came out, it was so heavy it took 2 people to carry them. He said these are means of communication, not conversation. Right? And Marco may say he was being economically, you know, sensible in his usage because they were super expensive to purchase and to operate. But we have them. Do we meaningfully reach out to people? Do we even say genuinely, somebody when we say, hey, how you doing? Do we actually mean that? So to your point, let's not hesitate. Let's reach out to everybody. Can I also maybe venture to share the blessings that you have? Part of what I think, I had some great teachers, and Miss Bromfield was one of them that stands out. The prayers of your parents and your teachers. You know, when you were 4 years old, 4 months old, when you were considered being conceived, and they're praying for you, and they continue to pray for you, I think that comes back. And, you know, for those who may intend one day to get married and have children, whether adoption or otherwise, they pray for them now, and for their children. That's not, in my mind, that's not, you know, in vain. That actually comes back. So those blessings, parents, grandparents, and those prayer warriors that have been in our lives. Like you, I'm incredibly blessed, man. I mean, you know, not just handsome and tall, with nice eyes. I mean, I perform tonight, you know. It's all good.
Yeah, you're correct. 110%. It's just who's been praying for you, and don't hesitate to pray for those that you care about, because there's many times and many situations when I went to flight school, I didn't know if I was going to make it in certain times, but my mom, every single flight, she was praying for me.
Yeah, man.
Every flight.
Yeah, and that's it. And my prayers are with you and all you know, who operated, you know, the ships, you know, whether they go by air or by rail, train, or bicycle or sea, that we go safely and we return safely. And we're really thankful that, you know, you would have given us a few minutes of your time. Enjoy your weekend. Come back whenever, you know, you're inclined, whether it's in person as we prefer, if it's a phone call. Yeah, even you can call while flying, right?
Nope.
I'm just kidding. Don't text while driving either. But thank you so much, all right?
Yep, thanks for having me.
Hopefully I get a chance to engage you and enjoy your company very soon again.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, it's going to be, you know, open line for the remainder of this show. We're going to share some things to solve the world's problems. At least we're going to be willing to. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
The Cayman Islands Fire Service will resume its home safety visit initiative on Tuesday, August 1st. Visits will begin in the Prospect area and continue throughout the other districts during the period. The initiative is designed to, quote, increase fire safety awareness within the community, particularly for high-risk individuals such as senior citizens, households with minors, smokers, disabled persons, and those who reside in timber structures. In international news, mutinous soldiers who ousted Niger's president declared General Abdurrahmani Chiani, the coup leader, as head of state Friday, hours after the general defended the takeover and asked for support from the nation and international partners. Amid growing concerns that the political crisis could set back Niger's fight against jihadists and increase Russia's influence in West Africa, a spokesman said on state television that the constitution was suspended and Chiani was in charge of the nation. State TV identified Chiani as the leader of the group of soldiers who said they staged the coup. Donald Trump is accused of pressuring an employee to delete security footage at his Florida home in new criminal charges related to his alleged mishandling of classified files. The new indictment adds 1 count of willful retention of defense information and 2 of obstruction, making 40 charges in total in this case. Mr. Trump denies any wrongdoing and has called the prosecutor deranged. He's fighting multiple legal cases as he runs for president again. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Shanda Gallego.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
The Health Services Authority has over 120 world-class physicians offering the most comprehensive range of specialist services on island. Our dedicated team of professionals provide the highest quality care in orthopedics, interventional radiology, women's health, geriatrics, and a host of other specialist areas. We are a JCI accredited organization with a proven record of excellence. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you. For more information, visit hsa.ky.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
James Nathaniel Tibbetts, J.P., 1886 to 1967. Mr. Nat Tibbetts was a renowned shipbuilder, businessman, justice of the peace, and citizen of Cayman Brac. He was loved and respected throughout the island and was often consulted by people facing crucial decisions and difficulties. With his father, James Tibbetts, and his brothers, Burdett and Ross, he built and sold 11 sailing ships during the early 1900s. After losing his right arm in his mid-40s due to fish bristle infection and the death of his brothers, Mr. Nat operated a store and pioneered in the production of soft drinks, supplying all 3 Cayman Islands for almost 25 years. His plantations provided employment for others and provisions for his and his brother's family. Mr. Nat was a role model for his sons and other young men of the community, teaching them along with the principles of carpentry, boat building, navigation, and seamanship, a good work ethic, and the value of respect and perseverance. He and his beloved wife, Elsie Nee Hunter, with whom he had 7 children, set high standards for their family by emphasizing a Christian lifestyle.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon. And if there were ever a call of the century, if there were ever something that someone shared publicly that should remind us of the importance of love, the agape love that you heard me reference a number of times, the importance of sharing with people, give flowers while they can appreciate it, the absolute importance of being honest and forthright and being the very best. And that comes with a profound sense of honesty and integrity. If we look at our children, our very young, we get from them that honesty, that innocence. And if you would allow a child to share with you, they feel safe, they're encouraged, they're nurtured, and they can just share with you. You learn so much. You get to appreciate so much. To the lady that call, our prayers are certainly for your continued provision and protection. You're certain, that things that we can't always embrace at that time, to be reminded that we have the strength to endure. So thank you for sharing what you did, publicly. And for the rest of us, it isn't that we go without acknowledging that there are challenges, trials and tribulations. But as bad as it may seem, and as, despite what they say, it can't get any worse. Yes, it can. And it probably will. But it doesn't mean that that's the end. And it doesn't mean that you can't come out even better. I don't know if you've ever been to a space where you watch either glass being blown. It's pretty hot. Or you've seen silver or gold being refined. And that is, from what I remember, even hotter. I would almost try to make a joke and tell you another space, but I won't do that because I want to be serious for a second. So let's be great role models and examples, but let's be honest in that. Because just like that child that can see through the nonsense, the rest of us can. And maybe the positions of leadership that we take up, sometimes we don't appreciate how people see through it. Now, I'll tell you straight up, I want to be the very best I can be. But there are days when I look and go, jeez, man, is that your best? And there are people who remind you, hey, your best isn't good enough. And these are people that are close to you. But thankfully, as Miss Liana reminded us, there are people who draw alongside, who are praying for and with you, and who are encouraging and nurturing, and they're honest with you, but they're loving. They're not saying something to you that is true, but they're saying it in a mean, malicious, hateful, derogatory way, and then they say, oh, but I was just telling you the truth. Yeah, you were. But how did you say it? What was your motivation for highlighting that thing? Well, Tell you what, it's open line, and if you want to share your thoughts on something, well, come right out and do so. I will say this to you: if you say something and someone castigates you for it, you know what? Don't shy away from saying it. Evaluate maybe your motivation. Maybe you did have an ulterior motive. Maybe you said it in a way that was a bit inflammatory, or you were inflamed when you said it. Okay, but don't be discouraged. And at the end of the day, be willing to stand for what you believe. It's not just a song. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. It's not just a saying that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. What is it that I've seen often? Not all who wander are lost. Something to think about. So 949-8037, 949-6990. You can use our Flow toll-free call at 1-800-534-8255. You can call us on our WhatsApp, 925-3261. Let me read a couple of messages that have come through on the WhatsApp, 925-3261, and you can call. And certainly I want to hear from you. As much as I endeavor to be jovial, believing that levity can bring a lot to the learning, there are times when, even in jest, you can be very serious. This writer says, Miss Keman is great, but so many other young adults are unemployed, unappreciated, vulnerable, and hurting right now. The skate park is closed. Commander Bay is restricted. Youth unemployment is way underreported. It's cheaper to hire a third world expat with a degree than to allow a young local to work and grow. Where is the new youth commission appointment last year? No advocacy is happening. Where is the church? Teens are almost absent from organizing religion, which is rejecting many and young adults in many ways. Now, again, where is the wider community? I know, and in the absence of the way Miss Diana shared it, we've talked about, takes a village. There was a U.S. politician campaigning for their highest office, and maybe the way it was said then just left a sour taste and rather painful note, as it was said. But maybe that village that we talked about, like so much has gone by the wayside and has become like so much. The word sustainable is another example. It's become cliches, uttered by many, repeated so often that they have no clue what it means and how to define it, much less how to, present it in such a way that it serves as an example. And we are probably, as people, more selfish and self-serving than we would acknowledge or even, recognize within ourselves. And then there are those who are quick to condemn because it's beneficial to us. So many would have the view that in order to get ahead, they have to keep you down. For them to look good, they have to make you look bad. It's kind of why when you look at partisan politics, you question whether it makes sense. You might look at political history and you might study the political science and say, well, that's how it has to be. But is it? Does it? Let's take this call. Hey, good afternoon. How are you? Thank you for calling.
All right, Mr. Dwayne Sterling.
Mr. Sterling Dwayne, how are you?
Okay, whichever you want me.
No, boy, it's my parents and I like it. They say it's Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
All right.
All right.
I know you, and I know you know me too.
Yeah, man.
I won't tell you who I am, but you know me.
I appreciate that, man.
All right. Before the break, you were telling motorists not to text and drive.
Not to text and drive?
Yes.
No, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't text and drive.
Okay.
Dangers of texting while driving. At 30 miles per hour, if you're texting while driving at 30 miles per hour, you're covering 44 feet every second. You believe? Yes or no?
Do you believe me?
Yeah, I had a little challenge with the volume just then in the last part, but as you were saying, about 30 miles an hour.
If you are driving at 30 miles per hour, every second, you're covering 44 feet.
44 feet in every second.
You don't believe me?
No, I won't disbelieve you. I will take you because of your expertise and instruction.
But you don't know why. You don't know. I could be a carpenter. I could be a shoemaker.
And that still provides expertise and knowledge. I mean, I'm believing, we trust but verify, right? So if we do distance over time and speed, we can, there's a formula to figure out. So, we can always, verify what you're saying. But as we listen to what you're sharing, we might at least learn,
Someone else might want to call in, so I don't want to go through all of this.
Okay. But share with us, man. Share us the salient points. But you're right. We should be attentive. Let me ask you, even not just texting or driving, but even driving, what we call it hands-free. So you're driving along, you've got your seatbelt on, you're attentive. I am sometimes mindful that potentially that conversation, even though both hands on the steering wheel, you're seat belted and you're driving within the speed limit, that there are times when you become potentially distracted because of that conversation. Would you think that that is potentially something to consider?
Yes, because you could be so much setting up a conversation that you're not concentrating on your driving.
Yeah. I know individuals who have a practice. I know one as to why that practice came about, and is sadly, wasn't a good experience. But will take the cell phone, and before getting in the car, we'll put it in the trunk, right? And whether that's a 15-minute drive or a 5-hour drive before there's a stop, that cell phone stays in the trunk. People may say that's extreme, but I understand that to be the practice in a couple of cases, and with one individual in particular. When there are other occupants, the rule is, hey, listen, if at all possible, be mindful of your conversation, not only how loud, but even if it's a phone call that you take, right? Because it can be distracting to the driver.
It can be. Right?
So it's just something that you respect and recognize that some people have as, their particular approach.
Very good. Anyway, let me get on to tell you, where did I get that? Some people cannot multitask.
Right.
You might not have a calculator before you, but in order for you to get that 44 feet per second, there may be people that are listening that can do this. To get that 44 feet per second, if you take that 30 miles per hour, 30 times 1.466, you're going to get that equation from it to get your 44. 30 times 1.4, 30 times 1.466, you're going to get.
Right. And we know that the 30 is the speed. Where does the 1.466 comes from? Give us a math lesson.
Yes, good. No, I'm talking to a smart Dwayne Sterling.
Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Guess what? I give people that, but they didn't ask where this 1.466 comes from. No, listen, I'm going to teach fast, learn fast.
Yep.
If you answer this, I'll find you and give you $25. I'm a student at the license department for $2.15. Meet me at license department to get the $25. You, not anybody else, you.
Me.
How many feet in 1 mile?
How many feet in 1 mile?
Yes.
Let me see now.
Don't Google it.
No. I don't like Google. Tell you the truth. Is it 13 or 40 feet in a quarter mile?
Hey, no. Answer me. Don't Google it. Answer me.
No. I'm trying to do the math, right? So you're looking at less than 5,280 feet in a mile.
Yes. I know you took long, so you Google it. It's 5,280 feet make 1 mile.
No, you can go in the video. No, I didn't Google it. I just had to do the math. Wait, it's
You're right.
Yeah, 1,340 feet in a quarter mile, right?
A mile, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and a quarter times is 4 times so that's how it, yeah.
I know you're full of fast one on me there. I know you did. Somebody else. Anyway, forget about that.
Okay.
Next question for you.
Yes, sir.
How many seconds in 1 hour?
How many seconds in 1 hour?
Yes, answer me. Don't Google nothing. Answer me. Answer.
No. I don't know. But I was curious how many seconds in a month.
I know you're too good. I know you like the palm of your hand.
Yeah. I appreciate you being you. You know? And
I'm going Pastor Alice to slap me.
Now listen, don't talk in the church, okay? But this is where, you know, we can give to others no matter, you know, where we are in life, right? We can still teach them because of our experience and our expertise, you know? And that's why I'm grateful to you for doing that, right?
On the radio.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed that, sir.
How many seconds in 1 hour?
How many seconds in an hour? Yeah. Well, okay, I need to do the math. So for the 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour, right?
This is a part of the $25 too now.
Huh?
You don't get no extra money for the...
Yeah, so if you got 60 times 60, right? 6 is the 36 and 2 zeros, so that'll be 3,600, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
You don't get extra money for this.
No, okay. I'll take a chocolate, but okay. Go ahead.
Diabetes.
No, man. It's dark chocolate with sea salt.
Okay, all right. Now, divide 5,280 by 3,600 and tell me how you get.
So divide 5,280, so that's the mile, by this.
You can use
a calculator. Yeah, because I got 2 zeros, so it's 36. So 5,280 divided by 36. Can I phone a friend? Miss Susan, do the calculation for me. 5,000.
You can use a calculator for this.
Okay, so divide 5,280
by 3,000.
By 3,600.
Yes.
Okay, so I got Susan gonna give me the answer in a minute when she do it.
No problem. You can get help with this.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I phone a friend. So 5,280 divided by 3,600.
Yes.
Okay. And she says she need to find her phone. Okay. Come on, Sue. Give me the answer. She
It's 1.466.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Garbage bin.
Yeah.
And that's equation formula for changing miles per hour to feet per second.
Yeah. Now that formula from physics class: speed, distance, and time. Right. We got one variable or two. You can figure the other one. Remember that formula? Is it what speed equals distance over time or something?
And I didn't learn this in school. I learned it at Northford University.
Okay.
RCIP sent me to Northford University to learn suggestion by bicycle investigation.
Okay, one of our listeners gave us the answer to 1.46. 1.46. Thank you for doing that to us, man. Yeah. All right. Okay, so before we take the next call, anything else you want to share?
If it's traveling at 30 miles per hour, we'll cover 44 feet every second. 30 times 1.466 will be, you're going to get 43.98, but you want to be at 44. And if it's 40 miles per hour, you're going to 58.64 feet every second.
Okay.
So when you hear people saying that they can text fast, discourage them from texting while driving. Please.
Especially,
it's not safe.
It's not safe. Thank you very much for that, because even now, you know, with the roads and the rain and stuff, you know, we can glance away and don't understand how much distance we've covered. So thank you very much, Sarge.
all vehicle brake lights are working. And if it's brake lights not working, you're not going to the brake light come on and you press the brake and you're going to end up in the back of their vehicle.
All right. That is true. All right, sir. Have a great weekend. I hope I'll see you, in person very soon again. All right, take care. Thanks very much. So we're going to switch to the next call, Miss Wu. Hey, you know what? If you ever believe that you're in charge and there are women in the room, think again. All right, we're going to pause, take a break, and then come back and take the calls. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the pharmacy just to fill a prescription?
If what, child, let me tell you.
Well, now you can save time and money with ValueMed's online prescription service. Visit ValueMed's new website, valrx.com, and click the Refill Subscriptions button. Fill in your information and choose your preferred pickup location. Or email your prescription refills for ValueMed Walkers Road at rx-wr@valrx.com, and for ValueMed in Boddentown, email rx-bt at valrx.com. Say goodbye to the hassle of waiting in lines and hello to the convenience of online prescriptions with ValueMed Pharmacy. Visit valrx.com to place your orders today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I go and flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline. Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Grand Cayman, get ready as Roma United Sports Club, Jake and Money, and Kingston 62 present the official Jamaica Independence Celebration. Friday, August 4 at the Lion Center, featuring live from Jamaica, Tess and Chin, alongside the 5th Division Band. Also, Leroy Evans, Terry Williams, and Cayman's best dancers. Lots of prizes and giveaways, kids talent contest, best dress competition, and much more. Held fair from 5 to 9 p.m. Get your PSA, diabetes, and blood pressure check for free. It's Jamaica Independence Celebration, Friday, August 4 at the Lion Center. Sponsored by Best Dressed Chicken, Popeyes, Digicel, Royal Medical, Kmart, Cost You Less, Radio Cayman, Breeze FM, Cayman Airways, iCool Air Conditioning, and Cayman Hair and Beauty Supply.
105.3 Breeze FM live. Now it's an Man Bushman representing for 105.3 Breeze FM.
Hey, this is DJ Lynn. Join me Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 for Beach and Reggae Sundays. Whether you're out in a boat, in the backyard, or simply on the beach catching some sun, it's the perfect way to unwind for the weekend as the sun sets on our beautiful Caribbean Sea. Join us this Sunday from 2 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 Beach and Reggae Sundays. Brought to you by Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your non-stop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Healthcare Pharmacy, located in Governor Square and Grand Harbor. Open Sundays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Afternoon, welcome back, and thanks for sharing with us. We take one call and then the next one a little WhatsApp. But let's go to the phones. Welcome, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Sterling.
Hey, how are you? Good afternoon to you.
Not too bad, right here.
All right. Is it?
So, you were just in school, or?
You know, I'm hoping that I was paying attention because I felt like I was in school. But he's a good instructor.
That's good. At least to learn something. That is great.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Probably we should have that come on every day of the week. Someone to come on and try to so we can do some educational points and stuff for people.
And mental math is important, and sadly we probably, through our teachers and parents, have been somehow led to believe that math is for somebody else, not for us, or math is hard. It's mindset many times.
Yeah, it's just like the kids in school. How are they going to learn anything with a pen and piece of paper when they have a computer sitting in front of them? How are they going to improve their handwriting? How they can be add on a piece of paper? And having this computer, when are they going to use their fingers on paper and pen instead of hitting the keys on a computer? And if you don't have a computer to go where they have to go to do what they got to do, what the heck will happen to them? When they go to the grocery store, they wouldn't even go getting the right change back.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
About the kids are starting from such a young age to be learning on a computer and not as much as a pen and paper, or pencil and paper. It is very sad, and I'm quite sure it's all over the world, but some government organizations some years ago and said if we don't get rid of the program here in the island, we will be left behind. And I'm like, yeah, in this department, yes, we will be left behind if we can't use a pen and piece of paper. Everybody going to have a computer when they get 15 years of age. The way things are going right now. But what I am, call you for Sterling, Mr. Sterling, do you remember years and years ago when someone come to work on a work permit, they had to put their child in a private school? True?
I believe that was the practice. In recent times I've asked about that. I don't know if it's been redefined or whether it was the norm, but if you were working with government or somehow connected to government, then you could get permission to go to the government schools. But it would also appear that there was permission to be had if you were deemed to be unable to afford the private sector school fees. So you want a work permit, but your income was such that going to the private schools would have been unaffordable, then you could get permission to go to the government schools.
What? I didn't need no English either, so. I didn't get no English out of that. Well, I faintly remember that, years gone by that whoever came here, they had to put the kid in a private school. They were not allowed to go to a government school. I guess for finance and a lot of the reasons. And I think it changed a little bit lately now that they can go to any school. Am I right with that? There people who has become residents or children work that they can put a child in any school now on the island if they can afford a private school. They go to a private school, they can't, then they go to a public school. Am I right or wrong?
As I listen to you and looking at education, just generally speaking, and I don't want to, take up too much time. We do have some other callers, but maybe we need to start rethinking our approach, not just to education globally in terms of, the Cayman context, but ask ourselves, not only are we, how we are instructing our children, but are we somehow cementing a division? Now, recently, there was some report that talked about the dismal sort of stage of learning our children are at, and are we okay with it? Are we teaching to pass an exam? Are we truly asking, for critical thinkers? Are we preparing the children not just for the future, but for the now. And I don't know why. I do have some very strong views relative to, teaching and learning.
Dividing the children is not really good to be living even nowhere in the world, and it's for such a small island, and you go, I go to so-and-so school, and you go to government school. That's an old behavior that brings back on the streets when they're ready. And we don't need that. Education is education. And we all live in one community here, and we should be able to, these kids should be able to mix and mingle, and when if they see them in the grocery store, they can say hi to them, or you don't see too many, like I said, I don't see other Jamaicans and Caymanians hanging out with these majority of private school children, not from my eye, not from what I can see. But why I say that is because government always give these private schools a stipend. They're trying to make a budget. Follow me? And I wonder if they go to private school and their fees are so skyrocket, where in government and why in government do they have to give these private schools a stipend when they are a private school and then we got a government school and they're divided to a degree? So why they have to be in the budget every year? I have never heard no private school giving our government anything back, or they give it back and never comes up and say it. I guess some of these people, like one Makiba talks about, not everything he do, he talk. When he do something to somebody, that don't mean that he talking. And in other words, that's helping somebody. But it's honest, too small for us to be living back in the 50s. We're not here saying we need to know everybody's business, but we need to know where can we step on when we have to. Because a lot of people know where they can step, but the majority of our locals don't know where to step, if you know what I mean when I say step. I don't have to go into details of that.
Yeah.
But you see you have some more calls coming in.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you too, and very, very, very safe. Appreciate it. Let's take this other call and then the next, and then continue. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Thank you too. Very, very.
Hey, good afternoon. And as you join us, if you turn off your radio, you won't get that delay. Hey, good afternoon. For those who are sharing with us, you can WhatsApp call 925-32621 or the toll free. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sterling. How are you?
I am excellent, sir. How about yourself?
Well, I'm eating a Cadbury.
Well, that's not bad, and they're better, but, you got to start somewhere.
Hey.
It's probably milk chocolate, too.
I'm talking about chocolate,
Yeah, it's probably milk chocolate, too. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Well, just make sure you go and get yours when your show done.
Oh, my friend, I appreciate that permission.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sterling, good evening. Can you tell me if you got anywhere with the request that I was asking for someone from the Monetary Authority to come on to your show to explain the situation with this overseas money transfer? That's one question. You can answer it when you're done.
Okay.
And Mr. Sterling, years ago, not too long ago, when people came to the island and applied for papers, their picture was put into the paper that the public could see who they are and where they're coming from, and if that person is a good neighbor to me or not. Can you say who stopped that and why did they stop it?
Not definitively. There's been much speculation about it, and as you have shared, like others, is that, in the best interest of the country. We seem to, when it's convenient to whoever is saying it, use the term human rights. And it may or may not play, well into what you're sharing. But if it's not to enrich or make it exorbitant for the applicant, could the government website, not just the Gazette, but somehow, provide some information, this person is applying?
I think, Mr. Sterling, that the governments need to make some stricter laws to control and protect the Cayman Islands, because we got a lot of people that have some bad police records on our island. And I do not know really why they stopped that for maybe for certain people. Didn't want that, and now we have so many people here on the island, and they just coming in and nobody knows who they are, where they came from, or anything.
Right.
So can you find out for me and let me know, please? Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir. And as we take the next call now, Ms. Susan. All right. Let's take the break and then we take the call.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Grand Cayman, are you ready? Crystal Entertainment presents Sweet Sensation, a 70s, 80s, and 90s disco party. This is a grown-up event taking place at the Westin Hotel in the Governor's air-conditioned ballroom on Friday, July 28th. Gates open at 7 p.m. Dress nice and smart and come out to dance the night away. Admission is $50. Get your tickets early from Fashion Mart, Event Pro, and Crystal Entertainment. Entertainment by DJ Slaughter Rich, Mixmaster DJ, and for the first time in Cayman from Canada, Global DJ Skybolt. Sponsored by Island Taste, Fashion Mart, and Crystal Entertainment.
Get your Sweet Sensation tickets early and enter to win a 65-inch Samsung TV.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drportercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
I love Pizza Boat. It's yummy. It has my two favorite things combined, cheese and boats. Pizza Boat makes pizza way more fun.
Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Kids, now Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Summer is here. Lunch or dinner, let Pizza Boat bring the fun. Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza, bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky.
Prodigal son.
Grand Cayman, the original Gospel Fest is back. Michelle T and friends in association with JN Money Transfer present Jamaica's 61st Independence Gospel Fest. Saturday, August 5th at the Lion Center. Featuring Prodigal Son, Michelle T, Da Flame, Claudel Clark, Ryan Davis, Laverne Welcome, and Rashada Henry. $30 prepaid, $35 at the gate. Ticket outlet, JN Money Transfer, Funky Tanks, Macross Grocery, groceries, all locations. Gate open at 5 p.m., showtime 6 p.m. Come, let's have a time of thanksgiving and praise.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back. And thank you so much for sharing with us as we go straight back to our calls. Welcome, good afternoon. Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, hello? Okay. Hey, and we go to our WhatsApp call. Good afternoon. Yeah. Caller on the WhatsApp. Good afternoon. Hey, good afternoon. Go to our WhatsApp call. Good afternoon. Okay, yeah. Sometimes... there you are, sir. Can you hear us? Okay. Yes. Challenging. We'll try to connect up to that WhatsApp call. As you all know, Susan's in charge. You know, she's right there. So if we don't, we'll.
Hello.
You know, yeah. Hello. Are you there? Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear us? Okay. Can you hear me, sir? Okay. Is my mic on mute? Okay. All right. Well, once we figure it out, we'll get it figured out. And, okay, and we lost the regular call. Hey, it's a Friday. All right. Yeah, 949-837, 949-6990 is indeed, you know, the numbers that we want you to use. Hopefully they work for you, as they do sometimes for others. And, it's, as I always said, you know, like they say about money, it's a good servant, but a bad master, well, it's probably like the phones and technology. Let it serve you, you know. You dictate your schedule. All right, let's try our WhatsApp call one more time. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dwayne. How are you?
Great. I'm glad that we can connect with you. How are you?
I'm good. Doing well. I have a simple math problem for you. Today's math class today.
It would seem to be.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 12 times 40,000.
You want to know the answer?
Yeah.
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah, sure.
Well, okay, this is how I would do it, right? So 12 times 40,000, right? We know 40,000 is 4 zeros, so we can put them off because their value is still the same. And how much is 12 fours is 48, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 48 plus the 4 zeros, that would give us 480,000?
480,000. Now tell me, if 40,000 Caymanians give $12, you don't think 480,000 can buy somebody a small home?
Who would you buy a small home for?
A needed family, like say a struggling family. The kids are doing well in school, and we saw that this family is struggling. We all get together and we help out this family. Do you think we can do something like that, like say around Christmas time?
Yeah, I'm liking.
That would be a good community spirit thing to do. Like we all get together, 40,000 of us, and do something and surprise somebody with a home.
Yeah, I mean, if
do something.
Yeah, okay. So talk to me as much about your idea as you want to. Okay. What was the impetus? Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
It's sort of like GoFundMe where one person I think that around us for $1 per month.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So we all could afford $1 a month, and come around, and we all control $12 for a year, or 40,000 of us put together, and we can get a needed family a nice brand new home if that can purchase a home.
Yeah. And
surprise somebody. It's sort of like GoFundMe. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You think it's possible we all pull together as a community and and do something like that, do you think it would work?
It certainly is an initiative, right? You watch perhaps the media around Christmas time, and they have these appeals, not even adverts necessarily. These appeals, for supporting animal shelters or for sponsoring, children in third world countries, and for less than a cup of coffee a day, you can, right? And they jerk on us, tug on us at that time of year because we're perhaps consciously more receptive to those types of appeals, right? So in this instance, that needy family, how is that assessed? Who determines and how? The recipient?
Well, we can get the what's the family unit in what's that unit? The government.
Yeah, but why them? I mean, we always say if you want done wrong.
They will see a family that's in need and struggling, and maybe the kids are doing well in school, and and for some reason they could assess them and say, well, you would be a good recipient for this sort of gift around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Someone in need, because it's very expensive to purchase a home, and I don't see the young generation. I don't know how they're gonna find 100 or 150,000 to buy a lot of land. I don't. Even myself, I don't know if I'm gonna ever own a home. So I mean, if we all pull together and try to help out each other with something like this, then there might be a possibility of owning something. All
right. So help me to get in trouble a little bit, okay? So let's take your idea and let's put it on steroids, right? So let's say the government is preparing this budget and it's $1 billion. Pick a round number, and let's say it's 100,000 of us in the country, right? And let's say that $1 billion, they got put 50 million for policing, 50 million for prison, 50 million for tourism promotion, and whatever else, right? So let's say we got 200 million, right? So let's do a little math for you. We got 200 million is 100,000 of us. If we divide that up, let's say we take 50% of that. So we have a 100 million by 100,000. How much each person would get?
Oh boy. Oh.
Now remember, we're all zeros, right? So we got 100 million, and then we got 100,000. Okay, 100 million. How many zeros in 100 million? Right? Okay. You with me? You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much each person would get?
How many people?
So we got 100,000 people, and then we got 100 million.
100 million.
Yeah. So what we did, right? And if anybody say, well, where you picked on tourism from? Well, we didn't just pick on tourism. We picked on tourism. We'll answer that in a minute. Police and prison, and what was the other one, Miss Souza? Well, somebody else. So we got $200 million. I don't know how much money is allocated to the budget because that process is going on. So we said it was a 200 million, 4 times, 50 million each give us 200 million. We said we cut it in half, and so we end up with 100 million, and then we got 100,000, right? Population.
100,000 population.
So yeah, we rounded off to 100,000 people, and we got 100 million, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Okay.
You tell me.
No. The example wasn't so much for the sum as it is for the principle, right? In that in our government, we can, and by government, I don't only mean the elected and appointed, I mean the country, right? We recognize that the elected government is asked to help to facilitate the operation of the country through its policies, its taxes, and its budget allocations. And then the appointed government, the civil service arm, is to be deployed with implementation and advice and technical, right? And then the populace, through its demands on government, is increasingly asking for services. So we got prison, we got policing, and I use tourism promotion, not to pick on the Honorable Minister by any means, right? But to go back to a long time ago where a notion was put forward that there should be this level of co-op advertising where the hospitality sector, the hotels and the like, should help to contribute potentially to the marketing, advertising, the promotion of the destination, because they benefit. The government contracts with an advertising arm in North America, and let's say that's a $10 million budget. This argument, let's just throw the numbers out. They advertise, hey, come to the Cayman Islands. They don't say come to the Cayman Islands and stay at property A or dine at a restaurant B, right? We have Cayman Airways that we fund and subsidize, and I'll be the greatest and probably loudest proponent and advocate for it. So when that advertising is done, could the tourism association and the tourism sector say, hey, we're going to contribute something? And they might not. But given that benefit accruing to everybody, if the government was to give back a rebate, right, to the country, and it comes out to $1,000 per person, or it comes out to $10,000, it may or may not be meaningful. But it isn't so much the amount as it is that is received, as it is the reduced outlay that the government has to find, which could potentially result in reduced costs, reduce inflation, making your purchasing power that much greater. And that will benefit to the one family in your example is now multiplied 100-fold, 1,000-fold.
I see, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that was just my crazy thought for today.
No, man, not at all crazy, man. It's those thoughts and the courage to share them publicly that might inspire people to think. I mean, like I said, you help me get in trouble by, next thing you hear, hey, he won't get rid of the tourism ministry. No, man. Maybe, across the board we look at value for money, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Very inspiring.
All right, man. Thank you too. All right. Hey, Susan says, take this caller. Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, man. How you doing, man? Good? You always is, huh?
Thank God, man. I am indeed.
Yeah, you're very cheerful.
Man. I am indeed.
Where to go, part of it is about, the mental aspect of the spiritual life.
Yeah, man.
Bring that out,
Yeah, man.
In the worst of times. Yeah. I just called because I heard a snippet a few days ago in regard. You didn't get much of it. Just got like a tail part, I guess, of this new, the renewable energy policy going forward. You with me?
No. For some reason, I heard you say you got a snippet, and then I lost.
Sorry. Okay, let me backtrack.
No, thanks.
Yeah. It's the energy, the renewable energy going forward. Apparently, that they have some plans for the, working out some of the policies and conditions, I guess.
Okay.
But in all of it, what really kind of drew me, and I kind of, it really hit me like a sledgehammer. When I heard something by 2050, I didn't get the whole gist of everything, I just heard that term. I mean, so it's like, are we stuck with, the now machinery that they use, say these old generators, are we stuck with that now until such time? I mean, to start with, they have a saying, in the Caribbean, various places in the Caribbean, they have this saying, and it is, it just didn't come about. It came about through a reason, and it's a reflection of those type of, incidents and activities that brought about it. Is that if what starts by the morning can't go to evening. So, and it wasn't me who made it up, you know that, right?
No. But thanks for reminding us.
But the thing is, when you got a politician, I hate to have, because it don't seem like you can really talk about much nowadays without, the paper trail leaking right back to politicians, our leaders, our rulers, per se. When you have people like that who, it's like, I have to call it a conflict of interest, because outrightly, I can't see another thing beside it. You got a former employee of a company that is so important and vital to Cayman. I mean, you're talking about electricity. And that particular person has the right to draw out the plans and sign the contracts. I mean, go put the fox with the chickens. What happened there?
Okay, I hear the contention, right? But perhaps in that instance, it isn't one individual who's negotiating, isn't one individual with that power. We do have the news break, and we invite you to hang on, and we can revisit the conversation when we come back. If that's cool with you?
Yeah, man.
All right, stay tuned. Join us after the break.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom. Today's biggest news.
Caymanian swimmer and University of Tennessee star Jordan Crooks is on to the finals of the men's 50 meters freestyle at the 2023 World Aquatics Championships in Japan. This after finishing 5th in the semis this morning. The finals are taking place tonight at 8:10 p.m. In international news, the expansion of the ultra-low emission zone across London can go ahead after the High Court ruled it lawful. 5 Conservative-led councils had challenged the Labour mayor of London's plans to charge older, more polluting vehicles £1,250 a day from August 29th. Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, told the BBC, "This landmark decision is good news as it means we can proceed with cleaning up the air in outer London." Surrey Council's leader branded the decision incredibly disappointing. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has repeatedly said he is fine since he froze up mid-sentence during a press conference on Wednesday. And now his office is trying to tamp down speculation that he might not fill out his term as leader because of his health. In a statement, his office said McConnell appreciates the continued support of his colleagues and plans to serve his full term in the job they overwhelmingly elected him to do. The statement, first reported by Politico, comes after McConnell, 81, has suffered health problems in recent months. At his weekly press conference, he froze and stared vacantly for about 20 seconds before his GOP colleagues standing behind him grabbed his elbows and asked if he wanted to go back to his office. He later returned to the news conference and answered questions as if nothing had happened. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Shanna Gallego.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom. Today's biggest news.
You know you've dreamed of that Mercedes, the smooth leather, the style, luxury that feels so good. Ooh la la. With the prestigious 2023 Mercedes-Benz GLA 200 up for grabs in this year's Lions Club of Grand Cayman Benzorama fundraiser. This is your chance to make that dream come true. Tickets are $25 for one, 3 for $65, or 5 for $100. Benzorama fundraiser tickets are available with Lions Club members and various sales outlets. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman Benzorama fundraiser supports numerous community initiatives, includes site screening, Christmas delivery, restoration, and social services.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back, and thanks for joining us. And as you know, we return to the last caller here. Thank you for holding on and sharing your thoughts, and then we'll take the other callers. But thanks again, sir.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of gave me a rebuttal on what I had said. Go a little further in depth so I can maybe counter it.
Okay. Yeah. No. I was just saying, as you were sharing about a former employee, working and being in that position. I think in and of itself that would cause people to look at things, right? But my perspective is that, given the way the system seemingly works, that signature isn't only is made a formality to some extent and signed on behalf of the government, given the responsibilities under the respective portfolio. The negotiation and all the deliberations and then the decision isn't something that is dictated by
collectively.
Yeah, and it isn't dictated by that one person. I'm sure the ministry staff, the requisite consultants and expertise that was retained by the government to review and to help with all of the sort of the finer points, and then the deal is hammered out, and it's then signed on behalf of the government by the requisite signatory. So I don't think it's George saying, hey, I'm a lot large in charge and this is how it's done.
Okay. But remember the old adage, justice must not be just done; it must be seen to be done. And if you leave room to speculate, what you expect going to be, the outcome.
Okay.
Something that is so vital to Cayman.
Yeah. So how would we? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Question.
With that, whether it's electricity or water or sewage, telecoms, or whether it's the government granting a concession to a developer, let's not limit it to them. I got a couple of other ones. But in those instances of perhaps, if I can draw from your inference, national importance, how do we ensure that, what is the adage? A man should not be the judge in his own cause. How do we ensure that these things, when executed on behalf of the government, that would commit a country to a very long term or to something that is perhaps irreversible, how do we ensure that that thing is seen, as you shared?
Something that is so obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so vital to everything. The cost of living hinges on that in every aspect.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why is it that you have simple, maybe foolish people like me that can kind of see that should be something that is, it's very transparent and scrutinized. Now we have, in the system it's a Westminster system. Winner takes all. You can't get out of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a hangover from colonial days, and it looks like it's here to stay. So, having said that, you have actually the backbench, the opposition, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
What they really are is a government in waiting. Am I correct?
Under the Westminster system, with the two-party system, the opposition, Her Majesty's loyal opposition, is the government in waiting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we have it again.
Mm.
In my own opinion, from my observations over the years,
Mm-hmm.
it would seem to me, and if it's not more, you could really fool me, that some of the implementations and the modifications and their introductions to anything substantially, this is why you see the private, that our social life here,
Mm-hmm.
is that middle class person's being cut out. It's because of a systematic instigation. It's almost like, we had it coming because we're not exempt from the rest of the world. This is what I call it. I'm not here to say, that the good times will last forever, blah, blah, blah. No. We had it coming. But my thing is this. Why do every organization, Caymanians is very hard to organize. I know that. I've tried it in several aspects, groups, name it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But another reason, the reason is because most of us never had to fight for anything in the last 50 years. We got so independent, you and your small corner, I'm in mine.
Mm.
And it really destroyed us, really socially. Remember when you'd help me build my house, I'll help you build a house. It hardly cost you that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those years is gone.
Mm.
Because the model that took over, that image, that we're independent. I can drink my own 6-pack, watch TV. So that has really destroyed us, and that is another culture that we have adopted and let it come in to erode us. All things considered, I guess. But going forward, I would have liked to have had, because every organization, every aspect of society here, the people who come here, most of them have representation within their entities. They can get things done so much because I guess they understand that, you strengthen numbers and they collaborate with them, and they're always willing probably to exist. They are willing to coexist,
mm-hmm.
which we have a problem doing. If you don't like the person, well, we handle like poison. And it has done us, it has really fared bad off for the Caymanian people. And, we've been invaded by other cultures and things that is eroding even more. The thing is I'm getting at, and overall, is that Cayman people has no representation. If you look at the business sector has representation. Who does the Chamber of Commerce represent? Certainly not people like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have, and so who's responsible for activating some form of, if you don't have the consumer protection, who do you go to? When I say that, who do you go to, with grievances or things that is on a national basis? you can recommend anyone that you go to. You know anybody that can get some good results from?
Yeah, I hear you.
You see, the thing about this one man, one vote thing, that only sounds good in theory.
Yeah.
It works in theory, and here's why. What we should have was a national vote, right? Because when you vote for somebody who's running East End, you can have some particular input more, and that if you go to see somebody that actually is outside of your constituent, they'll tell you, you need to talk to your representative. What if that person is a deadbeat and is like a phantom almost, which we have them? How do we get out of the problem that we are in a sense? Who do we go to? That seems to be what's happened. It only works in theory, man. For the most part, it works in theory. Fortunately enough, you may have some that is doers rather than just talkers, and in their particular little clique where they actually rule, they actually get things done. But for the most part, that is not the case. So who do you go to with national grievances, not personal grievances, things that affect us all? Can you point me in that direction?
How will we establish such an entity?
What happens in that I know in other places is that you have people from, the common fabric, the common person with common causes, stand on common ground. What they do, they organize themselves. Okay? Not allowed to have unions per se, probably not even, the slightest thing is almost like it's a coup. They discourage that. But we can come together, civilly, democratically, with representation for the lesser person in society, not in God's sight, but within, the whole economic, ballroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I would love to see that before I pass away. I just wonder if I'll ever see that in a place like Cayman.
I'm hoping that we do. All right. Hey, with respect, let's just pause and continue that discussion another time. And when we come back, we'll take the other callers as we approach 13 past the hour. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
No, man. I'm tired of seeing a new charge on my phone bill every month.
You are always complaining about that bill. I think it's time you make that switch to Digicel.
I've been with my network for more than a decade. I don't know if I want to move over now.
Well, better later than never. When you switch to Digicel, you get better speeds, more data, and simply more value. Best of all, no dishonest practices. What they say is what you get. Make that switch today and get 50% off your first 2 months.
50% off my first 2 months? Mary, you're convincing me now. Okay, I will visit a Digicel store near me.
Experience the bigger, better network. Switch your postpaid number to Digicel for 50% off your first 2 months or get a free 30-day Prime bundle for prepaid customers. Make the switch today.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise its valuable customers that the public water service will be temporarily interrupted on Marina Drive from the intersection of Shamrock Road to Almond Avenue, including side roads of Party Lane and Longmead Close on Sunday, the 30th of July from 1:30 a.m. until 5:30 a.m. These planned works are essential as part of the ongoing system maintenance. Motorists have been asked to avoid the area where possible, and for those motorists who cannot avoid the area, you're being asked to drive with extra caution and follow the traffic signs. Water Authority appreciates the patience and understanding of the motoring public as they continue to provide services to all of their valued customers and do apologize for any inconvenience these works may cause.
CUC Advisory. Customers are advised of a scheduled outage on Sunday, July 30th between 7 a.m. and 12 noon for Centennial Towers, Heritage Square, and all of Boggy Sand Road in West Bay. For more information, please contact CUC's customer service team at 949-5200 or email service@cuc.ky.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens.
and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old girl this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waging to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back, and thanks very much for joining us as we go to the phones. Welcome, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Mr. Dwayne.
Hey, how are you today?
I thought I wasn't on one.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, man. I need to find a way, man. Maybe get a bell or something, you know. Ding, ding, ding. But you're on, man. I can hear you.
All that technology, you got a bell? That'd be good.
Boy, you could hire somebody to just ring the bell. Come on and ring my bell.
Yeah. I got a perfect person for that.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do.
Yeah, no work permit needed.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
But your calculations there, your 100 million divided by 100,000, that's $1,000 each.
$1,000 each. Yep.
Yeah, $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hold on now, you gonna lock me up for a split and pay $70,000, keep me locked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you won't give me $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's on, what it say, bad mind or something not right with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's I hope anybody that think I complaining, that they don't understand when we speaking the facts and they taking that, we complaining, but we're not complaining. We're basically telling them the facts.
Mm-hmm.
And dancing for free, I don't think they're gonna make it. They're not make it, boy. I'm sorry. That was a young man or whoever it was the other day. They talking about we could go out there and dance for free and look like some monkeys or something. Chop, 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 chop on the sidewalk for some. Oh, you're a good singer. You're a good tap dancer. No. We've been across that. I've been out there when we were selling pictures with iguanas for like $20. You understand? I've been doing all them kind of things. I'm sick of that. We need reparations because what the man was saying, who makes these decisions in calculating or making our life how it is, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That we want to know. So back to a bigger subject now, is no more called global warming in a Mr. Dwayne. You know what it's called now? It's called global boiling. That's what the name is now, global boiling. Now, man, they might think they don't have no say or they don't have no just in what going on, but they better try to remember what they name or what they know the what do you call it? The I or the note about Cayman. What it is the main thing about Cayman. The main thing about Cayman is that you come here, bring and hide your money. That not hurtful. That's facts again, right? There's no opinion on that. It's no I need to prove or I need to say that that's been here from before I was born, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you hiding people money that heating up the world, understand? And just so you know, them rich people they got like a big hotel built on the ground, We in for anything to go on. They got spaceships and all that. They trying to see if they can make a hotel on Mars or on the moon and all this kind of thing. And this way they spending their money, try and go.
Mm-hmm.
So Cayman Islands is very, very unique. If you look at where we is, and if you look at what our history is that we are on top of a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And as what the scientists say, them volcanoes or any kind of volcano, they comes back to life. At any time, it could be anything that bring them back to life. So these people that they think now that, we're not going to feel it. Well, we already feeling it. We can't get no fish. We can't get no this and that. And they talking about tourism. Mr. Dwayne, I haven't felt so, not secure with no tourists. I don't feel secure with a tourist, a cruise ship or whatever. I don't feel like I'm going to pay everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want free electricity, all you got to do is check me. I can find any source you want. How many times I've been out here talking about free electricity? Enough times. And then what they take it as? They take it as, I'm complaining. What do you think I'm complaining about? I don't got no time to complain, sir. No time at all to complain in this heat. No time. All my sweat and tears and muscle and all that, I go putting that into some broccoli, putting that into some hot peppers. If I got to eat broccoli and hot peppers, that good for me. I don't know nothing about complaining. If I got to eat aloe, I will eat aloe. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
My breadfruits, none of them left on the tree. I don't sell them. What I sell them for? I need them to eat, sir. So these people that they think say, that we got just running left the island. But what happened to the rest that, when we can't afford the tickets or we can't afford anything, what do you think they're going to do with us? You think they're going to say, come on, Bobo, we can give you a ride for free? You think they're going to do that? Remember that man, what his name is, Mr. McLaughlin, or whatever, when they were doing that interview with him, when they asked him, you believe it right for people to pay for life and this and that? You know what his answer was? Tell him his answer was, well, nothing for free, boy, nothing for free. So he trying to say then, your life, our life, have a price on it. There's no way in God's eye he put a price on you and me. You understand? And what you saying there about the 100 million divided by the 100,000?
Mm-hmm.
That's a price. That's all of us. We only wear $1,000. That you think, Mr. Dwayne, you think me and you wear $1,000? Come on now. And you can hear them that they don't want us out there with the picket signs, or they don't want us out there coming together and having an organization to say what is right and what is wrong. They did scared of that. I wonder why they scared of that.
It's something to consider. A good question, maybe. Thank you for that, and we'll talk again next week, God's willing.
Every time. I hope this Friday. I hope they feel it, and I hope they love it, and they enjoy this whole weekend here, because it's amazing to see how blind people are. You understand?
Willful blindness, the psychologists call it, man. Hey, thanks very much. All right. And let's take this final call on this Friday afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. What are you doing?
I would almost joke and say I can't say it publicly, but no, man. Not too much yet.
Well, you're not too much time left for me. I see that.
all the time, man. You go right ahead.
It's nothing less than amazing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking about 100 million, whatever, divided amongst the people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit some hardcore facts. In the Cayman Islands,
mm-hmm.
Why are we not like other places, other islands, that you are not allowed to buy property in the Cayman Islands?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got money, you can put these multi-million apartments right next to a cemetery. I mean, you got these, nothing less than, my opinion, you got some parasites that's coming into this island that call themselves real estate agents. Okay? They will stop at no cost to try to get, especially Grand Cayman, what I term are chewed up and spit out. And nobody, I repeat, nobody has the interest or the cojones to say, Bobo, the game is over. There's no more land selling in the Cayman Islands like other places. Why these politicians or government, regardless of what position they're in, cannot say to these people, we will not allow you to sell any more land. We need something to preserve for the Caymanians as well. Like the young man said before, where they going to go? You're going to put them in an apartment? I don't think it's going to work. You look at the great United States of America. In my opinion, like others, it's a finished country. They are fleeing from there in Canada and other places, coming to the Cayman Islands for what? To devour us and chew us up and spit us out. Come on, man. The authorities, they have a little bit of humanitarian feelings about you and say, we have to consider the residents and the citizens of this island that they need something too. Not because you got millions and billions that you can come here and just devour up everything and put construction everywhere, next to cemeteries, next to the four-way stop. Look like a big cruise ship had washed up in that place there by the four-way stop in West Bay. What's really going on in this little country? Do other people that are in charge, do they have any shame? Do they have any interest in the island people? Come on. I am so disheartened to what I see, and I lose all manner of respect for these guys. You can have on a necktie, a bow tie, I don't care, but you lose my respect. People are out of shelter. Today you have 113 degrees of Fahrenheit. Some of these people don't have no air condition, right? What's really going on in this country?
Mm-hmm.
It's not beautiful, but Caymanian, you know what happened to us? We too cajal. We cannot open our mouth to let people talk us down. But I don't mean to offend. I will offend them because they offend my country and me. This is our country, man. Get off your whatever and decide that you're going to stand up for the country. You know? What's wrong with us? If we dull luck or what? Stand up and tell us it's not right. It's a national disgrace. What we need into this country now is nothing less than a good dose of real serious Scotland Yard to come into this country. When you have agencies in this country that charging people like $15,000, $2,000 to get a regular, ordinary labor work permit, and your immigration is entertaining that, come on, man. It stinks. It stinks to the core. And if they want to challenge me where it's coming from, they will have their opportunity. I am so upset what's going on here, boy. It's not pretty at all.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, my friend, that's my little piece today. I could say much more on a very serious note, but I'll leave that if it can stay till next week. All right?
Well, thank you for sharing what you did, and trust that the weekend will be, wonderful for you. And God's willing, next week you can share your thoughts further.
All right.
All the best.
Take care.
All the best. Take care. Well, thank you all very, very much. It is the end of this week and end of the show for today. And as we approach Monday, for the record, we'll be here. Mr. Ord's enjoying, some wonderful time away. So Simon Boxall did a stellar job this morning, and God's willing, Monday you'll join him again. Be informed, engaged, and come back for talk today, right after the midday news and the midday meditation. I don't know about you, but I call this ask, hey, what you up to? What you been doing? Well, as a joke and jest, sometimes it's all in the best. But increasingly, it's about putting the best foot forward. And WhatsApp this message and say, supportive of the last caller's points. And the question is, is there a call to stand in the gap, one and all? It's not that we have to all contribute equally. There's some, when we look at the ultimate sacrifice, all, it was all that they could give, and they gave it all. And sometimes your coach in the game tells you, just leave it on the field. Maybe we appreciate what it is. But if we live and love where we live, then we have to learn how to work together to make it that much better. All right, much to think about, much to do, and perhaps there's time for talk, greater time for thinking, and then a time for a concerted effort with a collective, input. Until Monday, my friends, be blessed.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
You are listening to Radio Cayman.